Now we double back to question 15, which is a partial solution question. Actually, it's a partial solution except question. The question is asking for a list of buildings that the Trents could own. So 4 of these answer choices will be things that the Trents could own, and one of them will be a pair of buildings that they can't, and that'll be our right answer. We leave questions like this off until the very end because our previous sketches often allow us to eliminate some answer choices. All the sketches we've seen so far that have a pair of buildings with the Trents are possible answers. So if we look at question 14, we can see that answer choice C is an acceptable list. It's possible for the Trents to have G and S. If we look down at question 16, we can see that it is possible for the Trents to have S and I or S and F, and answer choice E is S and I. That leaves us with 3 possible answers. None of the 2 remaining sketches have 2 things with the Trents, but now that we've narrowed things down a bit, consider anything that might be hard for the Trents to own, something that would force a violation of one of the rules. That's going to direct our attention to Rule 3, which is the hardest rule to accommodate with the Trents. The Trents need to have the stables, or the Yandels have the inn, or both. So if we were to give the Trents the Yandels I, but not give them the S to go with it, there'd be no way for this rule to be satisfied. Which would suggest maybe that answer choice D is the answer, because in that answer, the Trents would have the inn, but they wouldn't have the stable, meaning that Rule 3 is violated. Now, if that seemed complicated, there is an alternate path here, which would be just test the other 2 answers, and whichever one is left that doesn't work is our answer. So if you were to do that, you could give F and G to the Trents, as answer choice A says, and that would force the Yandels to get the I. The Williamses would have to get the 2 things remaining, which would be S and M, and that doesn't violate any rules. So it's possible for the Trents to have F and G. Then if we look at B, where the Trents have G and M, well, that would involve giving the Yandels the I again, and then the Williamses would get S and F, the 2 things left over, and that also doesn't violate any rules. It is possible for the Trents to get M and G. So if A and B are both possible, then that means the one thing that isn't possible, answer choice D, would be our answer. And that's the game.